Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Monday. It is September 25th.
Right now we're 79 degrees out there, and some of us have been casually watching radar this morning with shower storms in the hill country that do continue at this hour.
It's been about 12 hours, guys, and we've seen storms in the hill country. They just keep going. It's like the Energizer Bunny here. We have not seen it here in San Antonio. We've almost completely missed out. 1/100th of an inch of rain. That's it. It's all we've gotten here in town, but you go up to the north and west, there's been some good rainfall totals, especially up around Junction and now Rock Springs. There was a severe thunderstorm warning earlier for this storm. It has weakened, has moved through Rock Springs now at this point for the most part. It's just to the east of town now. Likely was carrying some hail a little bit earlier, and there may still be some small hail in here, but it does look like it has weakened some as it is pushing south and east. And this will continue to work towards Lakey, which was just hit by a storm a few minutes ago. So you've got another one headed your direction. We'll see if this holds together. But again, the persistence of these storms has been nothing short of incredible. And we still see more development there south of San Angelo. So there's one problem with this. It's great to see the rain, and folks in the hill country, I'm sure, are enjoying it. But with that taking place, it may zap some of the energy out of the atmosphere, and that may keep storms from developing this afternoon around the San Antonio area. So that's kind of the bummer. We're still going to keep some rain chances in there, but know that not everyone's going to see rain today. That's just how it shakes out. We've just had some really bad luck as of late. And very quickly, I want to show you the estimated rainfall totals, just to give you an idea of how much rain has fallen. And you can see there's been some big numbers up there around Junction. We can actually estimate there how much. Potentially over 5 inches. I haven't seen any ground truth in that. But I think 2 to 3 inches, maybe up to 4 inches, entirely possible in these areas here in the hill country. You'll notice not much here in San Antonio, if anything at all. So as I said, there is still a potential for some storms later today. We'll keep the rain chances generally low until we get back into the afternoon, and it will be all about, can we get some energy back into the atmosphere, and can those storms kind of redevelop along a boundary? 96 is the forecast high. And then we'll see temperatures slip down into the 80s tonight. Today's kind of our one chance, because after today, rain chances generally fall off. We're going to talk more about the forecast here in just a bit. We'll get over to Steven now for what has been a busy morning on the roads.
Yeah, Justin, thankfully things are quieting down just a bit, but let's get a look here at 410 at New Braunfels. As we take that camera shot in, you can see that we do have an incident that has occurred over off the shoulder lane. So this is not impacting the main lanes, but it is a crash. It's been reported by TxDOT, and that sign is obstructing our actual view from the scene, but we're going to keep a close eye on that throughout the morning. As you mentioned, it has been a very busy one as we take a look to our map. So we're going to label it right here at 410 westbound, not too far from Nacogdoches, and you see a little bit of that buildup already taking shape out there. Not too bad, but we're going to have to watch that area closely. As we take a drive back over here, I-10 westbound, the lower level near Culebra Road, there was another crash also reported. It doesn't appear this has caused any other issues, but it's just been a busy one for our roadways because we saw a lot of crashes earlier and even a vehicle fire. Things again have quieted back down here in the metro area, but you know, construction is going to ramp back up. So just go ahead and scan this QR code. That takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. It's a new week, so we have a new list of closures on our website. We're talking about what's happening throughout the rest of September and into the early days of October. Wow. So just again, know before you go and plan that commute ahead of time. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
Congress has until Saturday to make a deal to keep the government funded, but members from both parties aren't feeling optimistic. While there are discussions about how to keep things running, it appears an uphill battle. The leaders of the bipartisan House Problem Solvers Caucus say, quote, all options are on the table to force a vote on a plan to keep the government funded through January 11th.
The Writers Guild has reached a tentative agreement with studios to end the historic strike that has paralyzed Hollywood and shut down production since May. The 3-year contract still needs to be legally finalized before a vote by Writers Guild leadership, which is expected as early as tomorrow. Now, once approved, the contract will be sent to union members for a ratification vote. After that, late night and daytime talk shows can return to work within days. However, it'll still be weeks before narrative shows can resume, and actors represented by SAG-AFTRA still need to agree on a contract before they get back in front of the camera.
Ford says strike negotiations with the United Auto Workers Union still have significant gaps after the union claimed progress in talks last week. But it's a different story north of the border. Canadian auto workers reached a deal with Ford yesterday, avoiding a strike. The deal includes an almost 20% pay raise over 3 years and a cost of living adjustment.
The health of the nation's economy will be in focus on Wall Street again this week. Investors are expecting new numbers relating to inflation, consumer confidence, and new home sales. Wall Street closed its worst week in 6 months Friday as investors worried over a possible U.S. government shutdown, auto workers on strike, and China's troubled property sector.
The Labor Department says it's investigating poultry giants Purdue and Tyson following a New York Times report that contractors employed migrant child labor to clean slaughterhouses. The company says they were not aware and will cooperate with investigators.
Student loan payments are due again in October. However, the Biden administration is providing what is called an on-ramp period for at least a year. Borrowers will be able to skip payments without facing the harsh financial consequences of defaulting on their loans. However, interest will still accrue.
New AI chatbots are coming to Meta. The company is set to announce new AI chatbots designed to have conversations with users on its platforms, including Facebook and Instagram. A new report says Meta's chatbots will be geared to younger users.
No big Powerball winner over the weekend, so the jackpot is now worth an estimated $785 million. The prize is now the fourth largest in history. The next Powerball draw is tonight. The odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in about 292 million, according to the lottery. So good luck.
Usher will headline the Super Bowl 58 halftime show in February. Usher said it's an honor of a lifetime, adding, quote, "I can't wait to bring the world a show unlike anything else they've seen from me before," end quote. It's unclear what other artists Usher might invite to perform with him. Super Bowl 58 will take place February 11th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. And that's today's 9 at 9. 80 morning headlines. We have a touchdown, and no, we're not talking about football. It's a big update on that asteroid mission.
Plus, Uber Eats is working to integrate food stamps in their purchasing processes. Our Max Massey joins us live in the studio this morning with all the headlines. So where are we starting today?
I wish we were starting with football. I'm sorry to all the Cowboys fans. We're going to talk about that later in the show.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
We're going to talk about a different form of competition. We're talking about the Republican presidential primary debate. It is just days away. The front runner, former President Donald Trump, will be noticeably absent. So to get on stage, remember, you have to have all the qualifications. You need 50,000 individual donors, 3% in a handful of polls that meet the Republican National Committee's requirements. Now, those requirements being said, an ABC Washington Post poll showing Trump head-to-head against President Biden, well, Trump had 52% support, Biden only 42%. Well, former President Donald Trump bowing out at debate number 2. Remember, he wasn't there in the first one either. He said it's unlikely he's going to debate any of his fellow GOP rivals. So during an appearance on Fox News yesterday morning, the RNC chairwoman, Ronna McDaniel, said that not only does she want him to attend the debates before the primaries happen, the other candidates would like to see him too. Obviously, you want to go head-to-head with the frontrunner. But as far as what viewers can expect on Wednesday's debate, well, Ronna says it's going to be more of what they saw in the first debate. Candidates really trying to make their case to the American people, establish their policies, how they differ from former President Donald Trump. And as far as Trump's plans for that night, he says he will be traveling to Detroit. He's going to be addressing the striking auto union workers. Well, NASA, look at this. I mean, this is pretty cool. We talk about space travel probably too, commonsensically, but at the same time, they're celebrating a successful end to a 7-year mission to asteroid Bennu. Now, earlier today, a small capsule right there, it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere, parachuted safely down to the Utah desert. So inside this capsule, a sample from the asteroid believed to be, and I know that you guys have been talking about this, more than 4 billion years old. Now, scientists hope it's going to shed light on the origins of our solar system. So it's kind of a big deal. OSIRIS-REx making landfall at the testing ground in Salt Lake City. The first time experts say the U.S. have brought back asteroid samples from space. This is amazing. Also could be the start of a horror film. Who knows? Here's the thing. Could it hold the answers to life? We got some existential questions we're looking to answer. The microwave-sized capsule landing safely this morning after the 7-year, 4.4 billion-mile mission inside, about 9 ounces of rubble from the asteroid, and it's as old as the solar system itself, collected using a long vacuum stick.
We're trying to learn what planets are made of, where did the water and the organic molecules on the Earth and other planets come from. And here's some samples of that are going to come back to the Earth to be studied in laboratories all over the world for decades.
So that's a really interesting scientific part. Here's the terrifying part. NASA scientists predict Bennu, which is the size of about the Empire State Building, it has a rare 1 in 2,700 chance of hitting Earth in the year 2182. 2182, so we're still a while away. And again, 1 in 2,700. I think that's about your odds of winning the lottery that Steph was talking about earlier. Remember, they say it looks like a lot of objects have been brought back, some of the precursors of life to our own planet. So hopefully there is that opportunity to study the sample in some of the most incredible analytical facilities in the world. And we're going to get, it could be, hopefully, one step closer to answering that existential question: how did life originate on our planet? And speaking of life on our planet, making life a little more convenient. Uber Eats taking steps to make sure people have more access to fresh groceries. So the company announcing it's going to allow customers to use food stamps for food orders beginning next year. Uber says it's making the change to reduce barriers to fresh groceries for those who are at most vulnerable. Now, it won't be the only change the company is making next year. The company announcing it's also going to be beginning accepting flexible spending account cards and flex cards that are issued through Managed Medicare and Medicaid Advantage. And obviously, this is a big issue in and around communities for us, too. We've done multiple stories on food deserts, where the only thing for a lot of families who may be watching right now, Dollar General, the dollar store. So allowing this, integrating food stamps into Uber Eats, I mean, that really could be fresh fruits and vegetables for so many people around the country.
That would be good.
Max, back to the asteroid mission, wrapping up. True or false, the new titanium Apple iPhone has remnants of Bennu aboard the device itself?
I just wanted to listen to Aerosmith in the back of the story.
Yeah, because it was what, Armageddon?
Armageddon,
Yeah,
one of my favorite movies. Let's just be clear here.
Yeah. America. All right, thank you very much, Max.
Thanks, guys.
9:10, 79 degrees. Coming up next on GMSA at 9.
High school media and film aficionados had a chance to learn and collaborate with film industry professionals when we come back and look at the program that is bringing different opportunities to local students.
After weeks of producing, directing, acting, and editing, local students will showcase 10 short films at the Carver's Joe Long Theater for the Performing Arts.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the Carver Community Cultural Center to tell us more about the East Side Youth Content Creation Program. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning. The students are expressing themselves through this program. It's an 8-week program in partnership with the city of San Antonio. Very excited to be here at the Carver. We have one of the instructors, Dwayne, with us, and Jaira. Good morning. One of the participants, the students here. Let's start with you, Dwayne. Tell me about this program and the impact it's having in our community.
I think this program is huge. I mean, we're creating a opportunity for kids to learn about filmmaking, something that they're not usually open or, available to them to be able to learn. So we're giving them the full run through it, from producing the film, writing the film, acting. They're getting all those lessons so that if they want to go into this in the future for a living, they can go into the industry and have all the tools that we can provide them with.
Tell me some of the films that are going to be shown this week.
We have Jaira's film and about 10 other films that the students did, short films. And these are films that the kids wrote. They thought of them. We just helped them along their way. And the films are great. I'm excited to see them, the finished product, because they not only did they write them, they acted in them, they edited the films. We gave them the full rundown. So it's going to be exciting on Wednesday night to see all of these films.
And Jaira, tell me about your film.
My film is Spilled Coffee. It is about a young black couple on their date, on a date at a coffee shop. They get into so many arguments, so much drama, just ghetto, real ghetto. And a lot of crazy things are happening outside of the window where they're sitting at. And it's just a clash between what's going on outside and the argument happening within the coffee shop. And it just ends in this crazy final moment. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Hilarious, yeah.
What does it mean to you to be having your film shown here at this historic Carver?
it means everything. I never been here before, but someone just informed me about all the history and everything that's gone on here, and it's just amazing. It's great. It's great. It's great.
Well, I'm excited for you, and congratulations to everyone on this program. We'll talk a little bit more, and we'll bring you that story coming up on the noon show. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Go outside with live cam. You rewind back to Saturday. Decent race weather for Head for the Cure. Yesterday, a record-breaking scorcher. And here we are Monday morning with a ton of clouds. I'm sure that's kind of leftover debris from storms we've been seeing all night, right?
It is. You're exactly right. That's cloud cover from those storms to the northwest, which we saw a couple drops of rain. That was it from these storms. The problem is going to be if that cloud cover sticks around, it's going to probably keep storms from developing this afternoon. So that's kind of the conundrum that we're in.
Gotcha.
It's a double-edged sword because we also get lower temperatures, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we'll see where we end up. We're still going to keep a 40% chance of rain in the forecast today. This is what most of us saw last night. It was electrical. You could see those storms in the distance. A lot of lightning photos coming in on our KSAT Connect. We appreciate you taking some of these pictures, but if you look north out of San Antonio last night, all you could see were flashes of light. It was busy. It's been that way for about 12 hours now. These storms have been so very persistent up to our north and west, and they continue to kind of move south and east at a pretty good clip, but the whole area of showers and storms itself is kind of drifting west, probably with a boundary of some sort. So you kind of see a western drift to the activity. As far as the individual cells, though, they're moving south and east. And we're still seeing some good thunderstorm activity over eastern parts of Edwards County and then western parts of Real County. And I'm going to pause it real quick and put the lightning strikes on. And you can see that these storms are still electrical. We can also put the count, 115 strikes. So, yes, very loud just south of Rock Springs. And the question is, will this move into Lakey? I think that it probably does. These have been moving at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. So we can zoom out a little bit, and then I'm going to put the track on this so you can get kind of a time estimate as to when these might move through. We'll put it at about 30, 35 here, and that should put it into Lakey at about 9:34. And then further south, you see the rest of the cities there. Barksdale about 9:21, so it's right on your doorstep. And this will move down into potentially Uvalde County before the show is over with. So we'll keep an eye on it for sure. That's kind of the one bigger storm out there. There's another one actually trying to work just northeast of Rock Springs at the moment that is built in behind this. So this has just kind of been how it's worked this morning. It's a training effect with these storms continuing to develop. But San Antonio has been left, for the most part, on the dry side of things. We've had a couple of showers earlier, but nothing at the moment. So then let's talk about forecast. What can we expect? Well, as we go into the noon hour, this particular model shows things calming down, but I think that we'll still probably have some of those storms out west. Then by the afternoon, the models have been pretty consistent on redeveloping some storms. This is around 4 o'clock, and then having a few storms around San Antonio even into the evening. I think it will be few and far between, but we're going to keep that 40% chance of rain in the forecast. And then even around 10 o'clock still shows some activity. So we still have an opportunity. Not all hope is lost here. It's just not as good as it once was. And you see the 40% chance of rain. Again, 3 and 7, kind of the window that we're watching. Still could see even a shower this morning. And here's the setup over the last 6 hours. We do have a weak frontal boundary in place, so that's just one factor in all of this. But you see some of the blow off from these storms. You see that cloud cover. We're seeing some of that here in San Antonio. And as long as that's around, that can kind of prevent storms from developing. So that's one downside to all of this. And as far as the severe weather risk, well, it is still there. The Storm Prediction Center thinks it's low end, gusty winds and quarter hail. And we've certainly seen our fair share of that this morning in the Hill Country. That's still a possibility into the afternoon. Extended forecast. 96 today. There's that 40% chance of rain. Then a 20% chance tomorrow, 10% chance on Wednesday. So today's kind of our day. It does get a little bit cooler. Temperatures work their way down into the low 90s versus the upper 90s. And we'll see a little bit less humidity by Thursday and Friday. But we'll be sending out updates throughout the day on the KSAT weather app should things change. And meteorologist Sarah Spivey will be around for the noon show to fill you in if anything changes between now and then.
All right, well, we hope so. And I like that less humidity because we had a whole lot of humidity at Head for the Cure.
We sure did. It was
Saturday.
sticky out there.
I think we all were, but hey, we were doing this all together. Oh, no. I didn't see that video. So that's actually crossing the finish line. There's Justin also crossing the finish line. Yeah, super humid.
It was.
But a great turnout. It was nice to see everybody out there, everybody there to support, everyone who has been impacted by brain cancer. And of course, every year we run in honor of our late news director, Jim Boyle.
All right, don't be bashful. How'd everybody place?
Well, first in my age group. My age group, and
Embrace
then Justin as well.
Third, yes, absolutely. And I did want to show one picture here. That top picture is from last year, and I met the kindest lady. That was Dina. She was at last year's race, and she was suffering from brain cancer, and sadly she lost that battle a little bit earlier this year. But her family showed up, family and friends. They're wearing the blue shirts there on the bottom, and they showed up to join the race for Head for the Cure, and it was good to see your family there. And this is why we do it. This is why we run at Head for the Cure. We want to find a cure for people like Dina who suffer from brain cancer. And there's so many people out there that are dealing with it.
Yeah, and then also the families, like you said, helps out the families as well.
We had some other runners too. I believe Katrina Weber ran as well. Do we know, did she place?
Yes, she did. She placed in her age group as well. And Misael Gomez, a photographer here, he also placed in his age
And then our
group.
boss, Mario Orellana, ran as well.
Yes, and he did very well, and he took pictures of us along the route, so he was doing triple duty.
I thought about you guys the whole time.
Thank
and
you.
I'm winded. 9:22, 80 degrees.
All right, this Sunday marks the beginning of student loan payments again for millions of borrowers. When we come back, some tips on how to make those payments while still paying for all your other bills.
Earlier this year, the Supreme Court struck down President Biden's student loan debt cancellation plan. And now, after more than 3 years, Americans with student loans will have to start paying those debts again.
I really don't know quite how I'm going to be able to swing these payments again.
Emily Irwin, Senior Director of Advice at Wells Fargo, recognizes the difficult position borrowers are in.
Understandably, this is something that even though it's been a pause, it felt permanent because it was so long. But it is coming. We really have to be able to set aside any anger or disappointment that changes weren't made with respect to loan forgiveness, because this can affect your financial future.
She says it's time to get organized. Make a detailed list of your loans, including the loan provider, outstanding balance, and interest rate. Distinguish whether it's a private loan or publicly funded through the federal government. For the latter, she recommends setting up automatic payments.
If you do that, you're going to receive a 0.25% off your interest with any federal loan. Many, if not most, private loans also offer you that discount on your interest rate.
Next, Irwin says to re-examine your budget, look at your income and your expenses, and allocate a new bucket to the student loan payments.
If you have a little bit of extra, you might even want to throw a little bit of extra dollars every single month towards that student loan payment that has the highest interest rate.
Tackling loans with the largest interest rates first can mean paying less money in the long run. But at the very least, she says, make the minimum payments. And if you're unable to, there are resources available. You can start with studentaid.gov to research repayment programs such as an income-driven plan and look into what types of deferment or forbearance options may be available to you based on a change of circumstances over the last 3 years. Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And like we mentioned at the 9 at 9, the Biden administration is providing what it's called an on-ramp period until September 30th of next year.
During that time, borrowers will be able to skip payments without facing the harsh financial consequences of defaulting on their loans and won't have to worry about it impacting their credit score.
However, interest will still accrue even if you skip a payment. So for more information, you can check out the U.S. Department of Education's website.
Time check, 9:28, 80 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Growing fears of a potential government shutdown.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill have just until this weekend to reach a deal that would keep federal agencies funded and millions of Americans, including our troops, from seeing a pause on their paychecks.
But fierce fighting between House Republicans has created a bit of a dead end. ABC's Faith Obube joins us from Washington with the latest.
Good morning. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy appears increasingly frustrated with members of his own party who are threatening to not give him the votes he needs to avert a shutdown if their demands, hardline demands, are not met. This morning, a potential crisis on the horizon as the nation moves uncomfortably close to a potential government shutdown. House Republicans in disarray, so far unable to reach a deal to fund the federal government while the clock ticks towards a September 30th deadline. Republican hardliners like Florida Representative Matt Gaetz calling for deep spending cuts and stricter border policies. They also want to cut funding for the war in Ukraine, both of which are a non-starter for President Biden, congressional Democrats, and even some Senate Republicans. But even as a devastating shutdown appears imminent, some House Republicans rejecting Speaker Kevin McCarthy's pitch for a short-term funding bill called a continuing resolution, which would temporarily keep the lights on. A government shutdown this weekend would be one of the largest shutdowns in U.S. history. The White House says it would force millions of government workers, including military troops and law enforcement agents, to work without pay. Funding for disaster relief would be in jeopardy, and 10,000 children would lose access to Head Start. And even though it's Republican infighting that's holding up a deal to avert a shutdown, a new ABC News Washington Post poll shows Americans would blame Democrats and President Biden for the crisis. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Real quickly, we're going to get to some late-breaking news. We saw this post from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office almost 20 minutes ago, but we've been waiting to get some more information. Here's what we know right now. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office has posted on Facebook that it's responding to an incident at East Central High School here in San Antonio. It says on the post, there will be a heavy law enforcement presence responding to this disturbance. Parents will receive an update from BCSO and the school district shortly. There will be heavy congestion in the area with responding units. We will update this post as soon as possible as we have more information on the incident. Here's the problem. We have no other information so far. This is obviously still a developing situation, but again, an alert for a heavy law enforcement presence at East Central High School, according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office's Facebook page.
That's right, but we have not had a conversation with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office as of right now, or the school district, but of course we will keep you posted as soon as we get that information.
And I understand we do have a crew on the way.
On the way at this hour.
Yeah. All right, so we will keep you updated. Look for more coming out on our website as soon as possible as well.
All right, let's go ahead and look out there with live cam. Stepped out in the break, and not too bad out there. Not yet, Justin.
No, not bad. And with the cloud cover that we have right now, that will help some this morning. It won't feel as hot. Still pretty humid out there. Here's what we're watching. Storms still going. And I say still because these have been going all night long here across the hill country. Now we still have some storms that are working their way towards Lakey. These will get a little bit closer now. These are weakening. We don't have any severe weather or anything like that. And Rock Springs, just to the east of you, we've got some pretty decent storms. A few more just to the north and east of Concan. As far as San Antonio is concerned, nothing. We've seen a few showers this morning. Again, we have the cloud cover right now. But as far as rain goes, it looks like if we're going to see anything, we're going to have to wait till this afternoon. And even that is a little bit in question because the atmosphere is pretty stable right now. We got to wait for it to destabilize some. I do think, though, we could at least get a few isolated, if not scattered storms a little bit later today. There's a scene outside right now, 80 degrees at the airport. Heat index is at 84, though. That just shows you the humidity. 80 in Seguin feels like 86. Kerrville currently at 69, but that's rain cooled air there. KSAT 12-hour forecast, noontime 90, 20% chance of rain. We take it up to a 40% chance, though, this afternoon. Temperatures top out at around 96. So when the kids are getting out of school, no, there could be some storms around. And for those evening plans as well, take an umbrella with you just in case some of these storms pop up. And keep that KSAT weather app handy because if any of these storms are on the strong side, which is a small possibility, we're going to let you know via that KSAT weather app. We'll have more on this forecast and the work week forecast coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Thank you, Justin. Well, good and bad news for Texas football fans. The good news, the Texans got their first win of the season. The bad news, the Cowboys got their first loss of the season.
Max Massey is back here now to talk about this weekend's NFL action. And last week, I feel bad. I innocently asked everybody if Dak Prescott had thrown a pick this season. And until this weekend, he had not.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, so all the Cowboys fans.
I'm sorry. I couldn't remember.
Well, here's
now
the thing.
I know the answer.
Yeah, they looked great. People spouting off saying the Cowboys look like the best team in the league. Cardinals are tanking. Easy win. I think they were like a 13.5-point favorite at one point last week. And, well, that's why gambling is hard. So, Dallas entered the matchup. Guys, actually, we are getting an update on the East Central situation.
Yes, East Central ISD. East Central ISD has reported that they received reports of gunshots and that local law enforcement are on the scene, and it has not been confirmed right now, so we just wanted to keep you updated on that. The entire campus has been checked and no evidence of gunshots as of now. Everyone is safe, no one harmed. We will continue to make updates. And again, this is from East Central ISD.
Is that on Twitter?
It's on Twitter.
Okay, so from BCSO, report about 20 minutes ago of an incident at East Central High School, and now we're seeing it from the district on Twitter.
Yes, and so that's the update from them. And of course, we're still waiting for something from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office as well.
Yeah, as soon as we get that information, we will be passing it along. Look for more on KSAT.com, and of course, coming up in all of our later newscasts. All right, so Max, sorry for the detour.
Yeah. No. Look, that obviously takes precedent, and I know that there's a lot of families watching that feel a lot more relieved right now because when we talked about the BCSO situation, hearing from the district saying they haven't found anything yet. So obviously stay with us. I believe Garrett Berger is headed to the scene, if not already there, so we will be with him. But for now, we're going to talk a little bit about football. I feel a lot better hearing that news for what it's worth. Okay, Dallas entering the matchup a little banged up, facing that winless Cardinals team. We knew, well, some people thought it wouldn't be easy. I don't know. I was expecting the heavy favorites to win, but that's fine. All right, here we go. Cardinals just marching through. This is the first quarter, and they look good. They're already up 3-0 to this point. James Conner, who is a great story, cancer survivor, he looked amazing. And then 9-0 Arizona, thanks to a failed two-point conversion. They didn't stop, though. This wasn't like, they started hot and it was over. Rondale Moore took off in the house. So the Cowboys started to get something going. Of course, not my fantasy player, but someone had to score. 75-yard drive, capping off Dak Prescott to Rico Dowdle, 15 yards. You'd think the Cowboys were going to start, put foot on the gas, start looking good. They couldn't. They couldn't get anything going, especially in the red zone. But Josh Dobbs, who seemingly may not have been on a team this year, was just kind of thrown onto the Cardinals, and he leads them to this, look at this, 28-16. And Dak Prescott, Mark, this is where you come in with the jinx. Had Dak Prescott thrown a pick before? Not right here. And remember, last year, that was his biggest fall. He threw an egregious amount. And now, Kazir White capping the win off for the Cardinals, 28-16. So, how did Mike McCarthy address the team after their first loss of the season?
Honest and real. And I addressed the game, what my thoughts on the game, and the reality of where we are. We're 2-1. Yeah, we're going to fully expect to win every week. So I mean, this, obviously we're disappointed. We're disappointed that we're leaving here without a win. But this is part of the journey.
Yeah, we've got to do better. Just as a team, as a unit, myself, got to make some throws. Maybe use my feet more. Obviously, that's an area that we haven't been good in these last 2 weeks, and even with the win last week, that was the sore spot in the win. And obviously, look at this loss, move the ball up and down the field and just couldn't score. And so that's your reason for this loss. And so we've all got to get back to the drawing board.
Got it. So from stats from yesterday's game, Brandon Aubrey 3 for 3 on field goals. He's one of my fantasy players, so big win. First Cowboys rookie kicker to make his first 10 career field goal attempts. Cowboys hosting the Pats Sunday, 3:25 at AT&T Stadium. From one Texas team to the other, Houston Texans entering yesterday's game as the #1 team with injuries. Not a great stat, not the top of the board you want to be. Texans get on the board first. Dameon Pierce getting in from a yard out, the Florida grad. Leading Texans 7-0. That is their first lead of any game this season. Second quarter, Will Anderson Jr., remember, their second first-round pick, gets a field goal block. Houston eventually ends up with the ball after the scramble. 7 plays later, C.J. Stroud, look at this. He is phenomenal. Some say he should have been the first overall pick. I say that. He looked great. That's a touchdown. 17-0 at halftime, third quarter, 17-10. Houston and Andrew Beck. Look at this. Drop, scoop, and score. Sorry, I had to give away the ending because the kicker's not going to catch this guy. 85 yards for Texans. That is a touchdown. Beck, 6'3", 255. He's a fullback. Come on, fullbacks now. Let's kick return. This is great. Texans get their first win of the season under their new head coach, D'Amico Ryans, 37-17. Texans, first team since the 2010 Patriots to record a blocked field goal. Kick return for the touchdown in the same game. Also, the first time Houston has accomplished this in franchise history. We're making history today. Texans hosting the Steelers Sunday noon, NRG Stadium. This one also the game where J.J. Watt gets introduced into the Texans Ring of Honor. And guys, you guys have a big update.
We do. Thank you very much, Max. All right, so good news from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Just a few minutes ago, they posted this. Update as of 9:38, the school is secure. At this time, there is no shooter/shooting.
They also have on their post that earlier this morning, BCSO received a call stating there was a shooter at East Central High School. BCSO deputies are currently clearing the school, and at this time there are no signs of shots fired or a shooter at the school like you had there.
The post goes on to say deputies are continuing to search and clear the campus. A command post has been established at the campus as well. Updates will be provided as available. A giant sigh of relief over at East Central High School.
Yes, and we're glad we had that update right here before the newscast ended.
We still have a crew that's going to go out and check it out for sure. Right now, 9:42, 81 degrees.
We'll be right back.
It's the new ostrich cam. Ready?
I can't wait.
Oh, it's flamingo. It's still flamingos. I'm sorry. I teased a sloth cam the other day. No. I teased an ostrich cam. No.
Well, they do have cloud cover, so lucky flamingos this morning.
Happy. It's a great day to go to the zoo, and even better today because we have some cloud cover helping us out this morning, at least for now.
It does help.
It does help. It really does, especially after yesterday where it was just like blazing sun all day long. We got up to 101. After we said we wouldn't hit 100. That's neither here nor there.
It's okay. So that beat the record by a degree?
A degree.
Okay.
Yeah, 75th day this year, by the way.
Let's stop there. That's a good, solid number, 75.
Yep.
No mas.
Let's move right on past that part. Let's go right to the radar, actually, because this is the good news. We've got showers and storms. We've had them for most of the night. Again, just not here in San Antonio. It's been places like Rock Springs, Lakey, Kerrville. Those are areas that have seen quite a bit of rain. Fredericksburg, too, up towards Junction. Still seeing that activity at this hour. All in all, this is really weakening. You're seeing a weakening trend here. So we had some severe storms earlier around Rock Springs. These really look a lot weaker than they did about an hour ago. And I think that you'll continue to see that trend. So things will kind of calm down as we head towards the lunch hour. The question will be, can we get these storms to redevelop by the afternoon, and where will we see them? And I think that is a big question because we've got clouds that are kind of blowing off from these storms, and that may keep instability from developing. And we've got outflow boundaries floating around. We've got a weak frontal boundary. So there's a lot at play here, and it's going to be hard to exactly pinpoint where we'll see redevelopment and if we'll see all that much this afternoon. But I do think there is a chance that we'll see that. Really quickly, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to show you the 24-hour rainfall totals because the numbers were pretty impressive. Now, I'll start here in San Antonio, 100th of an inch at the airport. That's it. As you get up towards Boerne, though, you start to see some of that rainfall. And these are just radar estimates, so they're not exact, but shows close to an inch there in Boerne. Comfort, a little bit more, probably on the order of 2 to 3 inches. There you go. And the further north you go, the better off you were. Kerrville showing about 2 inches there, and you get up towards Junction, you're talking 3, maybe 4 inches of rain. So there were some good numbers. This will help the aquifer a little bit because keep in mind some of this is in the recharge zone. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more again later today. There's the satellite picture, and that's kind of part of the problem, as I was saying. You got kind of waves of boundaries that came through. So you got a boundary out here, and then you got the clouds that are blowing off those storms. That keeps anything from developing in this area for now. And we'll see if we can get some development perhaps up here. This is kind of where the models want to bring in our next wave of rain this afternoon is from the north and east. And as we look at the big picture here, this is all part of a weak frontal boundary that extends from Minneapolis all the way down into Texas. Now, by the time it gets down here, it's very weak, kind of falling apart, but there is a boundary there. And we've seen the storms kind of develop close to that boundary. We've seen some showers and storms across northeast Texas and then a few here in the hill country, as we said. And that will still be around today, that boundary. So here's what the computer models are saying. This is noontime, doesn't show much. But as we get into the afternoon, there's some of that activity kind of blossoming back. And again, we'll see where it develops. It looks like the favorite areas may be out west. But this still does show a few storms developing by, say, 5, 6, 7 o'clock around dinner time here in San Antonio, and then pushing south as we head into tonight. And by midnight, probably pushing south of the area. So our forecast today, 92 at 1 o'clock, 30% chance of rain. By 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll keep it at 40%, so scattered. But keep in mind, not everybody is going to get rain today. And then temperatures will fall down into the 80s tonight. We'll taper off those rain chances as we head into the overnight hours. But keep in mind, we still could see some storms south of San Antonio. In the extended forecast, 93 Tuesday, 93 Wednesday, a little cooler, less humidity by the end of the work week. And I do need to mention, too, that there could be a couple of strong storms today. We don't anticipate a lot of severe weather, but some gusty winds and hail can't be ruled out. So keep the KSAT weather app handy. Once you pick up the kids from school today, just have an umbrella with you just in case if you've got any afternoon practices or plans. It'd be good to have, and keep the KSAT weather app with you so we can update you if there are any storms out there.
We will do that.
Yep.
I don't know. Part of me wants to keep the umbrella at home so it will rain.
Well, that could help. Yeah, that could help.
All right.
You never know.
We'll see what pans out.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. 9:50, 81 degrees.
In town today is actor John Stamos and singer Mike Love to play the Beach Boys hits at the Majestic Theater tonight. And yesterday, our Courtney Friedman got to speak with the two stars via Zoom after they wrapped up their performance in Lubbock.
Now, in case you didn't get to tune into the Night Beat last night, here's a little bit of that conversation.
Optimism, happiness, fun, good vibrations.
Which is what we're going to deliver to the Majestic.
Oh, I love that theater.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
I
theater.
played there a couple
and we
times
love
with you
playing
guys.
there.
What do you remember most about?
Really cool. She got to talk to them, and you can watch Courtney's full interview with them on KSAT.com or our YouTube channel. She said this interview was definitely something she could check off her bucket list.
Beach Boys performance is at the Majestic Theater tonight at 7:30. We checked. There are still tickets available for purchase if you want to go. Expect some traffic down there. And don't forget, Pink, I was just going to mention that. Our producer's already got it.
That's right. Besides the Beach Boys at the Majestic, Pink will be in town today also for her summer carnival concert at the Alamo Dome. So right now on KSAT.com, we have a list of road closures, parking options, and other important information to be aware of. This also goes for the Guns N' Roses show. That's going to happen tomorrow night. So look for the story on our homepage to read all about it. Wow, we have a lot of big artists coming through San Antonio.
We do. Alex, our producer of this newscast, a longtime producer of this newscast, already had it in there, taking good care of us as always.
Thank you, Alex, for keeping us on our toes.
And keeping things straight and making us look good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 9:52, 81 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Well, you may have noticed we have some new faces in our sports department here at KSAT. Mary Rominger and Nick Mantis have joined the KSAT sports team and are bringing you the latest local sports alongside Larry Ramirez.
And coming up tomorrow on GMSA at 9, Mary and Nick will be joining us to tell us a little bit more about themselves and how they're enjoying San Antonio so far. So join us tomorrow, GMSA at 9, to get to know them a little better.
Can't wait. I haven't met either one of them yet.
Really? I met Mary.
They're good people.
Yeah.
They're good people. I'm excited to hear a little bit more from them. 96 today, if we're lucky. I was just talking with meteorologist Sarah Spivey, and we do have a lot of cloud cover out there, so it may be hard to get to, and that's fine. That is okay. 40% chance of storms later this afternoon. We think mainly late this evening. That'll be kind of the time frame that we're watching.
All right. Happy belated birthday to meteorologist Sarah Spivey.
Yes, happy birthday.
Belated, and have a good day.